Hi, my name is Poeartistry. I am excited to welcome you to James Poeartistry Productions. You are tuning into an incredible experience known as Poeartistry Gold, where we delve into the art of commentary, storytelling and poetry. We aim to bring you inspiring and thought-provoking content.
This is a Poeartistry Gold moment by the author James Lynch.
Gold number 148 Perceptive Readers. I want to talk about novels, specifically my world's novel that I'm actually developing. I started developing it last year, and here is something I want to share as a thought about novels and getting them accomplished. How many of you remember that I've stated over the years, no, I never have writer's block. I just don't have it, and then I normally made, or at least back then I made the joke about, even though I don't get writer's block, it doesn't mean that all my jokes or anything that I talk about is either funny either. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that it's funny. It just, maybe I'm the only one that laughing at my own jokes or what have you. All the same, I've said that I always got something interesting that I'm thinking about along with my novels and continuing to develop my dialogue, etc. Well, with this world's novel, here it is. You can see it's already into quite a few months since I started last year developing the ideas. And there's a lot of aspects to it. I mean, I'm talking about even the technology that I'm using, the different types of platforms and writing tools. That's what I want to emphasize, that I use. And for example, just that prologue scene that I have in the password protected area of my website, just that prologue scene in itself, you may be surprised, the writers won't be surprised, but just that scene in itself already has more than several hours that was put into that. See, overall, writing it, drafting it, meditating on it, changing it, etc. Not in one sitting, but still over the course of several weeks, if not, several months in itself. So you can see a lot goes into it. This is what else I want to share with you. A novel is normally considered, anywhere between 40,000 words, 40,000 all the way up into, 70 and 100,000 words. Some books, people enjoy those. All the same, it may seem like, boy, in order to even write a novel at 50,000 words, it may seem like it can take a person years on end to accomplish that. And that's true. I know for different reasons. But I'm here to tell you right now, the mood, the environment of it all, that some writers have experienced. Let me tell you, you catch them, or they catch themselves with the right mood, the right environment, the right feeling. I would say even the right luxuries at the time. And, to me, luxury can be a very fine coffee cafe, mom or pop store area, or just some good nature, where you got a nice bench or whatever that just makes you feel good. Let me tell you, a writer spending practically a whole day in that type of perfect environment for them. And I'm not leaving out their own office. I'm just telling you, it just has to be just a perfect setting for them, which I think every writer has experienced more than once in their life. That it's in those moments where, yes, Just like that one show, if you ever watch Limitless, watch that. If you ever watch that movie Limitless, you can practically still be putting out at least 10,000 words a day if you wanted to. See, so literally you can write a novel if you like, especially a 40 to 50,000 page novel, really in a week. And then, you end up proofreading and drafting it, etc. And that can take some time on in. But I'm letting you know it's just possible. And that's one reason why I mentioned to persons that some people may set goals in their writing in this way or that way. And it's actually the writing blocks at times that stalls the novel. Well, sometimes in order to get over those writing blocks as well, uh, you got to sometimes just let the wind blow through your ears. How many of you remember that podcast I made about a year ago or so ago? I don't think it was a Poeartistry goal. It could have been a Poeartistry goal, but I don't think so. But I was walking outside in the wind, and I was stating that the wind made me feel like the way it was blowing all through my ears. I almost felt like God was talking to me. But that's what I want to share with you, that when you have some writers that say, oh, yeah, I'm working on this here and there, here and there. If you look over their career, then you know if they also stated, oh, I will, you see, when I get this tool or that tool or what have you, I will certainly put out what I still consider fine work that I like and that I enjoy. And you know what? You can really take their word to the bank that they really are going to do it because they've already proven it time and time again. And so just take what I'm sharing with you today and apply it in your situation, especially if you're working on something, maybe a thesis. Well, yeah, graduation season just around the corner now. But all the same, uh, continue to apply whatever you're trying to accomplish. Even as something as simple as you were always planning on writing a thank you letter to somebody. And remember I told you it doesn't have to be no long letter for different people. It could just be a paragraph. But it is something that is more than manageable, more than something that you can accomplish in just one setting, even if it's in a coffee shop or cafe or restaurant or what have you. And so, thank you for having an interest again in Poeartistry Gold. Thank you for being interested in the JamesPoeartistry.online website. And have a very wonderful day, perceptive reader.